evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to PNC Park, the #1 ballpark in America.
And he is absolutely right. Gorgeous outside and inside as well. The best view from the best ballpark in America, PNC Park. Tonight, Game 2 between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi again, everyone. Along with Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. The Brewers got the better of the Pirates in Game 1 of this three-game set last night, 8-1. Pirates had some chances with runners on, but couldn't cash in.
Well, that's one of the things that the Pirate offense has to do all year. When they get opportunities, we're not going to hit a whole lot of home runs. We need to hit with runners in scoring position. Last night, 1 for 9. That's not going to get it done. The Brewers, they score a lot of runs all kinds of different ways. You look at the National League offensive leaders, all the different categories. You see Brewer names all over that page. It's tough to keep those guys off the board.
On a high note, Lastings Millage kept the Brewers off the board. He robbed Ryan Braun of a base hit right here, and then drove in the Pirates' only run with a gap double to right center, scoring Andrew McCutchen. So Millage keeps things going. Andy LaRoche at third base, still with the bad back. He says he's ready to play. He will be available as a pinch hitter, but John Russell keeping him out of the lineup tonight. Delwyn Young will again start at third. And speaking of starters, Zach Duke, who's been the most productive starter on the Pirates staff, gets the ball again tonight.
He's certainly doing a great job to this point. And our starting pitching has been spotty at best, but Zach, he's been out there every time doing a great job for us. Last year was able to turn a good first half into an all-star game appearance, moving in that direction again, although it is awfully early in the season. There's his numbers against the Brewers, not great, but I think the way he is pitching right now, he'll be just fine. I expect him to go 6-7 innings tonight.
Had the no decision against the Reds, easily could be 3-0. And on the other side, it's Giovanni Gallardo. He's off to an 0-2 start for Milwaukee.
Well, this guy's got some of the best pure stuff of any of the starters in the National League. If he's hitting his spots, he can just shut you down. All of his numbers in the beginning of the season are just fine, except that ERA's given up a few too many runs. 3 home runs, 18 innings. Maybe that's an explanation, but I'll tell you, when he's throwing well, lots of strikeouts, not many runs.
Gallardo and Duke, the pitching matchup, the Pirates and the Brewers. Mother Nature dialed up a good one here tonight. It is a Chamber of Commerce evening. We'll have your starting lineups of the first pitch just around the corner on FSM.
PNC for the achiever in us all. By Barrel Automotive, Barrel.com, definitely worth the click. And by your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward.
Zach Duke has the ball tonight and hopes for another good outing as the Pirates look to even this series with the Milwaukee Brewers after dropping last night's opener. Let's take a look at Ken Maka's Brewers lineup against Zach and the Pirates. Brought to you by Toyota, moving forward. Luis Gomez, Braun, and Prince Fielder Hitting in the 4th spot, career versus Duke, 333. Casey McGee at 3rd, Corey Harton right, Greg Zahn back behind the plate, Alcides Escobar at short, Ronnie Gallardo is the pitcher. We are just about set to get underway. Second baseman Ricky Weeks standing in to face the Pirate left-hander Zach Duke. Glad you are along with us tonight. Watching Pirates baseball, regardless of where you are. And Duke gets his sign from Domit, and we are ready to get underway. First pitch of the ball game is low, ball 1.
Well, we talked about Zach at a good start that he has gotten off to. 2.37 ERA, outstanding after 3 starts. Everything else in perfect shape. Nice play.
Guy snared the line
really
drive.
Early glove work.
Well, good work up there in the second deck.
Right there in the club section. Nice catch.
He's dressed for it. 1-1. This one is to Ronnie Cedeno. There is one down. Cedeno with the play. Let's look at the outfield first. Village, McCutchen, and Garrett Jones. In the infield with Cedeno, Delwyn Young makes his 5th career start at third base. He hasn't been there very often. And Ryan Domit back behind the plate.
I think what we just saw with that first out there with Weeks, that's what Zach needs to do and what he normally does when he's real effective with the right-hand hitters. He's not afraid to pitch in and saw some bats off. Get that ball inside on those right-hand hitters.
Carlos Gomez starting in center field tonight. Jim Edmonds started there last night. And Gomez, perhaps the best feet on the team, runs quicker than any other Brewer. Did he go? Yes, he did, says first base umpire Hunter Wendelstedt.
He'll probably come back inside now. That's what he did with Weeks. A little sinker down and away. Oh, stayed outside.
1-2 on Gomez. It'll stay 1-2. Calling the balls and strikes, Mike Winters. Hunter Wendelstedt, Dan Bellino at second, and Jerry Lane, the crew chief, is in back of third base tonight.
There it is. Oh, my. He had that all set up. A couple of good fastballs, actually 3 in a row down and away, and had this pitch set up and nailed the glove. But didn't have to move.
Locked him up.
But that was supposed to be the out.
So now the count is full on Gomez. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Took that last pitch in the dirt. Duke with 1 out. The 3-2 pitch. Right back to him. 2 away. Good start so far for Zach Duke here in the top of the first.
After he ran the count full, he decided to go back to his bread and butter. That's 2-seam sinker on the outside part. Right off the end of the bat. Little tapper back to the mound.
Now he'll face Ryan Braun. Braun last night had an RBI double in the first inning. He actually stole third base last night. Not something you'll see him do a lot. He went 1 for 3 with that double, and he walked twice, and he takes a strike.
That little 2-seamer on the outside corner at the knees. That's Zach's macaroni and cheese pitch.
Is that what you call it?
Yep.
And this one is hit hard to left, and it's out of here. Ryan Braun, a 2-out solo home run, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee as Braun hits his 4th home run of 2010.
It looked like he was trying to perhaps come inside, just didn't get in there. I think on the replay we're going to see this ball right down the middle, about belt high. Didn't go outside or inside.
It's the 2nd home run Braun has hit off Duke in his career.
Take a look. Yep, they're setting up inside, trying to get it in there. Look where Domit's reaching, back across his body and reaching up toward the belt. That is belt high, middle of the plate. That's just a bad location.
Well, Prince Fielder with 2 down.
But Zach, his natural spot for his fastball is that low and away pitch. That's his comfort zone to the right-hand hitters. And the spot that he has a little trouble with every now and then, and we saw it right there with Braun, is when it comes time to get the ball inside. Occasionally, it just doesn't make it in there.
Here's the 1-1 to Fielder. Strike 2.
Here it is again. There, Domity's inside. He wants the ball in there. It never makes it. Not only does it not get inside, it stays belt high.
1-2. Trying to go outside on him that time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fielder starting his 199th consecutive game. Tomorrow afternoon will be his 200th straight. 2-2 pitch. Down the right field line.
Hook.
Thank you. Hooked just in time. That was pretty well struck.
Yes, it was. See that ball does not take much time to get out there by the foul ball. And just missed it. Nice shot from the splash cam.
Like that. And he struck him out as Duke blew it by him for the 3rd out. But Ryan Braun gets the Brewers on the board with a home run, 1-0. The first inning, John Russell's lineup against Giovanni Gallardo, brought to you by Suzuki. Aki, McCutcheon, Millage, and Garrett Jones. Against the Brewers has hit well. 3 doubles, 4 home runs. He's driven in 5. Going in the 5 spot, Clement, Young, Duke, and Cedeno batting 9th. In the field, Braun, Gomez, and Hart. McGee at 3rd, Escobar at short, Weeks the second baseman, and Fielder at 1st. Greg Zahn doing the catching. And Gallardo delivering to Aki Iwamura. Catches the outside corner for strike 1.
During the open, we were talking about hitting with runners in scoring position. That's a number that is very good for Aki. He leads the team, hitting over 400. We get somebody out there 2nd and 3rd for him.
Second and runs batted in with 7 behind Garrett Jones' 10 RBIs.
He's shown a real good ability to drive the ball into the opposite field gap to this point. He is not that big, but he's pretty powerful, really. I can see how he hit all those home runs in the Japanese league. He can put a charge into it.
And he strikes out, so Gallardo gets him. And there is 1 out. Andrew McCutchen.
Gallardo can strike out a lot of guys. He has that type of ability. He's got this very good fastball. You see 18 innings and 15 strikeouts. But nothing there is really crazy. The walk's a little bit high, 4 every 9 innings. That's not out of the ordinary. But, not really a lot to explain why he has a 5.50 ERA other than the fact that it's just 3 starts and it's going to take a month and a half to get batting averages and ERAs, everything to kind of level out a little bit.
McCutchen 3 out of 4 last night, 2 doubles and a run scored.
I'll be shocked if Gallardo doesn't have an ERA in the low 4s at least by the middle of the summer.
Well, with the number of guys that he strikes out, it's going to help that ERA to go down. Last year, 204 strikeouts. Became the 5th Brewer pitcher to go over 200 strikeouts. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to McCutchen. The 2-1. 3-1 now. Gallardo, 24 years of age. He lives in Fort Worth, Texas. That is where Zach Duke also lives. Originally from Mexico, but now makes his home in Fort Worth. Inside ball 4, and McCutchen is aboard with 1 out. Tonight's PNC achievement last April 29th. Giovanni Gallardo. An unbelievable game, not only defensively, in 8 shutout innings, struck out 11, and had a solo home run off Ian Snell. 1-0 the winner. That's our PNC achievement, brought to you by PNC. For the achiever in us all, he became the 3rd pitcher in Major League history to hit a home run in a 1-0 win while striking out 10 or more batters.
Yeah, the only thing he could have done, could have thrown a no-hitter maybe.
Other than
that, it's the best you could possibly do.
Well, he only gave up 2 hits in 8 innings of work that day, walked 1. The other 2 pitchers, both of them Hall of Famers who did that. Red Ruffing of the Yankees in 1932, and Early Wynn of the White Sox in 1959. And Giovanni Gallardo of the 2009 Brewers. Pitch to Millage, swinging strike, 0-2.
Breaking ball down and away. Millage a little over anxious.
Gallardo takes a look at McCutchen, held on by Prince Fielder. 7 steals, 7 out of 8. And Millage went and strikes out. So 2 men are out, both via the strikeout here in the first.
A couple of bad breaking balls that Millage chased. This one tried to check the swing and not go, but definitely left the bat out there a little too far. Now, the guy stepping in now is the guy who really got to get going here.
Garrett, yeah, his average has dipped below 200. Has not hit a home run since his first at bat of the 2nd game of the season against the Dodgers. Didn't hit one on the road trip, and so far hasn't hit one in the first 4 games of the homestand. Back safely is McCutchen. Fritz Fielder wanted to make sure. Tagged him again. National League stolen base leader.
I think if he wanted to, he could hold that lead for the whole season. None of those other guys can run with him.
Prince Fielder trying to knock his arm off the back.
It's just going to be all about, his jumps and getting a real good knowledge of all the pitchers in the league. He's already, I'm sure, started a little bit of a book about moves and quickness to the plate.
Got a good lead right now. 1 ball and no strikes to Garrett Jones. Baseball's a game of adjustments, and pitchers adjusted to him. He has to adjust to them. Tony Beasley coaching at third. Carlos Garcia down at first. Nice lead for McCutchen. There he goes. Pitch is high for a ball. The throw down. Not in time. That's stolen base number 8.
One of the closer plays we've seen this year down there, except for the time he was thrown out. A real strong throw, pretty much on target. Right there, but got that foot in. He slides very late. He doesn't slow down much before he gets to that bag.
No. Uses it to pop up. But I guess that gets you there faster, doesn't it?
Yeah, as soon as you start, getting down into the dirt, you start slowing down. So the later you can slide, the quicker you're going to get to the bag.
The 2-1 to Jones. Count even 2-2.
Like when you're watching those auto races, the fast guys are the guys that break the latest. And that's a great analogy for what Andrew does going into the bag. Look how close he is. He's sliding in the dirt only for about 2.5, 3 feet. So he is, in a sense, breaking extremely late before he has to come to a stop.
Jones fouls it off. Count will stay 2-2. Jones would love to contribute here. 2 outs. Tony Beasley will be waving McCutchen home. Not many people are going to throw him out.
No, especially not with Garrett up there, because the outfield's going to be deep. It's going to be a very, very, very rare occasion where he's going to be thrown out in a 2-out situation with Garrett Jones at the plate.
The 2-2. Jones stays alive.
That was on. And upset with himself. Thought he should have caught that ball. Foul tip off the glove. Gallardo put the ball right where he asked for it. Watch the location of the glove is up and in. Here comes the ball. And watch his reaction. He wanted it. The pitcher gave him the pitch he wanted in the spot. He's fighting hard to do his part. But I don't think you can actually try to catch those foul tips. It's either going to stay in your glove or it's not.
Yeah, so either or. There goes McCutchen breaking for third. The throw down, not in time. Stolen base number 9 for Andrew McCutchen.
That's an easy one for him there with 2 outs, stealing third. Nobody's really going to hold him on. Well, I mean, look at the middle infielders. They're all back on the grass. The third baseman's trying to guard against a single. In fact, I am really surprised the Brewers even bothered to make a throw. Bothered to cover the bag. Why even cover the bag there? They're not going to hold the runner on at second base. You might as well not cover the bag. And the middle infielders definitely, with our shot, you could see it. They're back on the grass.
3-2. And ball 4 to Jones. 2 walks in the inning to go along with 2 strikeouts. Now Ryan Doman has a chance to drive in a run. Ken Maka, Brewers manager, pacing a little early, isn't he?
No, he was just moving to a better seat. Take a look at the lineup card. Not really a whole lot he can do right now. Just hope his starter can get the last out without giving up a run.
This is the backyard of Ken Maka, born in Monroeville. It's like coming home every time he is here. He's been a pretty well-traveled baseball man. Ryan Doman Looking to add to that RBI total, get that batting average up as well. McCutcheon at third and Jones at first. Here's the 1-0 coming from Giovanni Gallardo. Outside corner for a strike.
Well, this first inning has turned out to be almost dead on what we were talking about at the very beginning in the open, hitting with runners in scoring position in the first inning. You know, here we go. We got 2 runners on, one of them's in scoring position. We need to come up with a big hit when it really counts.
1-1. 1-2. 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Not really, you know, 90 really is not as hard as we have seen him throw in the past. That one elevated, nice location. But, you know, we've seen him throw, you know, very hard, 95, 96, consistently in games in the past.
Steps off to get the runners back from third and first.
He was just checking to see if Jones was taken off, trying to steal second.
Two and two now to Doman.
That was a tough one for Ryan to lay off of. Got 2 strikes on you, and it snapped that curveball off that's shin high. So hard not to go ahead and swing at that.
Doman's home run this year came on opening day against the Dodgers. Hit it right-handed, the 8th one of his career that he has hit right-handed, but here just like a base hit.
Try and throw him another curveball.
Up the right side. Talked to Doman in the clubhouse today. He likes the mix in the clubhouse now, the mix of veterans. And you know, one thing he pointed out is that a lot of the guys that are on this roster now are still young, and a lot of the veteran guys weren't here last year, so they don't care about last year and the year before and whatever streak is happening. They are playing for right now. And Doman, being the elder statesman of the Pirates, kind of likes that, having that attitude in the clubhouse. Strike 3 call. So the Pirates strand 2, and Gallardo ends up striking out the side. 1-0 after 1.
Coho.
That's a carpo.
I think it's a salmon. It's run all the way up the river system from the Mediterranean.
You think so?
Caribbean.
Have you checked your geography in a while?
Caribbean. I'm sorry. It'll be a long trip from the Mediterranean.
Yes, sir. Strike is called on the third baseman, Casey McGee, to
I'll tell
start
you
the
what,
second.
as cold as that water was in the Gulf this spring, there might have been some salmon out there.
I'll bet. Well, off the west coast of Florida, it was
cold, cold, cold.
Very cold.
Too cold for carp.
Carp having a nice little swim. Duke's 1-1 pitch, and McGee takes low, 2-1. Casey McGee off to a tremendous start, 396 average.
And when I was talking about Brewers on those offensive stat pages in the National League, he's one that his name all over a bunch of them.
Right at Cedeno. There's one down in the Brewers half of the second. That'll bring up Corey Hart. Hart had a home run in the fifth inning last night. Hit it off Brian Burris. Speaking of Brian Burris, we should mention the roster move that took place today, as Burris was sent back to Indianapolis. And now here in Pittsburgh, Argenis Diaz, an additional infielder, with Bobby Crosby having a sore left shoulder. He had to pull himself out of the lineup last night. Andy LaRoche still unable to start tonight. That leaves the Pirates very thin on the left side of the infield. Cedeno's the only shortstop. And Delwyn Young's back in there starting, and there is Argenis Diaz. Hart goes the other way, and that ball is going to be fouled. The move made today. Argenis Diaz twice was named the best defensive prospect in the Red Sox system before coming over in a trade last year. Andy LaRoche still out. Bobby Crosby there in the foreground. Two 2-1 to Hart. Misses inside, 3 balls and a strike. And John Russell saying that they needed to have an extra shortstop in case anything happens to Cedeno. He said last night they were without one, so they felt it was necessary to go that route. Clement will handle it. More 2 out.
Let's see. Jeff moving over and kind of trapping it against his body like a catcher would. Kept it in front of him. Made it easy.
Well, he ought to know what it's like doing it as a catcher.
Jeff, really, the defense, which we were so concerned with, hasn't been much of a problem. He needs to start hitting.
Greg Zahn at the plate. And he takes a strike, 0-2. Zahn is the nephew of former Orioles catcher Rick Dempsey.
See a little resemblance. Put an Oriole gear on him. He kind of look a little bit like Dempsey, wouldn't he?
I think so.
Way he's got the beard.
Greg Zahn out of Palm Harbor, Florida. And this one is fouled away, 0-2. He was acquired as a free agent in early December by the Brewers. Greg's been around a little bit. Made his big league debut in 1995 with Baltimore. He's played for the Florida Marlins, Kansas City Royals, Houston Astros, Colorado Rockies, Toronto, and Tampa Bay. And he strikes out there in a clean inning for Zach Duke, as he is able to strike out Milwaukee catcher Greg Zahn to retire the side. Inning and a half done, 1-0 Brewers. Jeff Clement starts things off in the bottom of the second inning for the Pirates. He takes ball one. Giovanni Gallardo, 121 the average. He did snap that 0 for 20 streak last night, as he had a pretty solid base hit in the 9th inning. Was forced at second when Delwyn Young hit into a fielder's choice. 1-1. 2 balls and a strike to Clement. And it had to be weighing on his mind, Bob. You get 0 for 14, 0 for 15, you start pressing, and then John Russell sat him down over the weekend. Put him back in the lineup last night.
Yeah, it definitely would have you thinking. I mean, he knows what the situation here is. He's everyday starter at first base. He needs to show something here the first couple months of the season to continue to hold that job down for the whole year. And he's not getting any hits. So, yeah, I got to imagine it's weighing him down a little bit.
Payoff pitch from Gallardo. This one's ripped to right field, so he picks up tonight where he left off last night. And the tying run is aboard in the bottom of the second as Clement gets the first Pirates hit off Giovanni Gallardo.
Yeah, high fastball. Right down the middle. Jumps all over it. Line shot. Just didn't get underneath it. Or might have been a little more than just a single.
Well, fight on, they'd say. Former USC Trojan. Heading back to Southern California on this road trip coming up. In fact, one night we're going to be in Los Angeles, Bob. It's USC student night. Jeff Clement probably will be excited.
Most likely won't be too excited unless he's starting to get a bunch of hits.
Hopefully he's going to continue.
He wants something to be proud of when he gets there. So there's even more reason why things are weighing on him. He's got to get those numbers up before USC night.
I just like seeing the Trojan marching band. They were there one of the nights we were there last year. It's kind of a cool thing to see.
Delwyn Young's got his numbers where they should be. Got 3 doubles and his 6 hits, just 22 at bats, 4 RBIs, part-time play. Always hits.
Takes a strike, 2-1. He is a Southern California guy himself. When he made his start at third base the other day, his first start this year actually on the road trip at third base, he told me that he pretty much knocked off all the positions that he hadn't played. He's played everything around the diamond so far as a professional, and said he even caught while he was with the Dodgers. His bat keeps him employed, and his versatility certainly helps.
We'll look down at Tony Beasley to see if they put anything on. Doesn't look like it.
3 ball, 1 strike count. There's Bees. (3-1) to Delwyn Young. This could be 2. Escobar for 1, the fielder, and that's a double play.
That's one that, as a pitcher, you don't want to touch. Just let the ball go right by you. As those infielders, middle infielders, are all pinched in, and they're going to get that ground ball up the middle every time. Gallardo just watches it go by. That actually gets to the shortstop quicker than if he jumps up and grabs it and turns and throws.
Zach Duke looking for his first hit. He'll get a hit eventually. Pirates' best hitting pitcher. One and 1 to Duke, who celebrated his 27th birthday 2 days ago. This one away.
I like where we are with Zach and Paul. They're, age-wise, right in their physical prime. They both been around the National League for a number of years now. They know what it's all about. They know the life that the workload, everything there is to know, the strategy of pitching in this league, all that kind of stuff has now been learned. And I really think the next 2 or 3 seasons, these two guys should get more wins, pitch better than they ever have before.
Zach Duke sat down by Giovanni Gallardo. We'll head to the 3rd inning when we return. Brought to you by our friends at Day Automotive. April 21st, 1971, for the second time in 11 days, Willie Stargell hits 3 home runs in the same game as the Pirates beat the Braves 10-2. That's our This Day in Pirates history. Thank you to Day Automotive. Escobar pulled it back. 2 balls in, no strikes. Alcides Escobar, young shortstop. They liked him enough last year to get rid of J.J. Hardy, who was the guy that supplanted Bill Hall at shortstop for the Brewers. And it's not exactly been a revolving door, but Bill Hall was their guy for a while. Then they said, hey, we've got a great kid in J.J. Hardy. Now J.J. Hardy has moved on, and Alcides Escobar is the everyday shortstop. He came up last year and showed some good skills, and they're trying to get his bat going a little bit more. Not a bad start, though, at 282. Iwamura throws him out, and there's one away. Aki Iwamura. There was some conversation, too, Bob, about moving Aki over to third base and having Delwyn Young play second, where Delwyn had played last year. And the coaching staff decided against it. They just feel they don't want to upset any rhythm Aki might have, and they want to keep him at second base. But for years, Iwamura was a third baseman in Japan, came over to Tampa Bay as a third baseman before moving to second. He won several Gold Gloves in Japan as a third baseman. Gallardo, 4 career home runs.
That's one of those situations probably that, you know, you do that, you disrupt 2 spots instead of just 1.
And Gallardo strikes out. So 2 down.
Can't hit the off-speed stuff. But I think that most time you're better off just messing with 1 spot on defense, and instead of moving 2 guys around. Not that Aki is not going to be, a good third baseman, as you just said, but still, he doesn't play third anymore. He's been moved to second base. That's his position.
Here's Ricky Weeks, 0 for 1. Weeks grounded out to Ronnie Cedeno in the first inning.
Jammed real bad in the first pitch.
Good hop for Delwignon. And again, 1, 2, 3 they go. Second straight clean inning for Zach Duke. Shooting off the hot dogs.
All the way up on the roof.
The aim on that gun, he needs his sights adjusted. He's been not able to hit the booth yet this year. Daniel fouls the first pitch off against Giovanni Gallardo. Bottom of the third, 1-0 is the score. Milwaukee with the lead. Ryan Braun, a solo home run with 2 outs in the first. That's been the difference in the early stage of the ball game. Cedeno's done a nice job in the 9th spot. A difficult task, really, when you think about it. Something that, as a National League player, you're not accustomed to. But he'd been in the American League with Seattle. So something that he saw all the time with the Mariners. Position players hitting 9th, but a significant time with the Cubs. So National League baseball is probably more familiar to him than the American League. And there goes Cedeno sitting down on strikes. That is the 5th strikeout for Giovanni Gallardo, and the 3rd one looking.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like there's been a few of them just like this, fastballs that froze him. This was a pretty nice one here. That's right on the outside corner. Zahn, see, he had that chalk line right between his legs.
Iwamura shows bunt. And that one a strike.
Pretty good hook right there to start him off with for strike 1.
One now. We're talking about some of his numbers in terms of having some pop. I mean, he's not a very big player. Again, he's hitting at the top of the order, 5'9" and 200 pounds. But in 2004, with the Yakult Swallows, he had 44 home runs. He followed that up in 2005 with a 30 home run season, driving in 102 runs, 103 the year before. And then in 2006, he ended up hitting 32 home runs. So he really had a good power surge at that point in his career. And maybe as a third baseman in Japan, you might get those power numbers. But as a second baseman playing here in the U.S., you don't expect that out of a guy. But he does have some pop. 2-2.
Well, he's not going to be a 30 home run type guy here in the National League, but he's going to surprise you with a long ball every now and then, and he can certainly take advantage of this ballpark with its short dimensions to right field.
Strike 3. It's that outside corner again. 6 strikeouts for Gallardo. He struck out the first 2 in the Pirate third.
Hockey did not agree. He had a couple of words for the home plate umpire. You see Zahn, he is set up out there. He has the edge of the plate right in the middle of his body. And if that's where the ball is, you got a real good chance of the umpire calling it a strike, even if it's a smidgen or 2 off the plate.
Andrew McCutchen takes ball 1. McCutchen walked in the first inning and then proceeded to swipe second and third.
Well, that's what we need now. There's 2 outs, nobody on. He needs to get himself to first base any way he can, and then quickly get himself in the scoring position. That's what he can do for you.
One on one now to McCutchen.
Definitely getting the corners now.
You like that? You'd love that strike zone when you're pitching.
Well, that's the strike zone that is out there right now is the way it used to be, where you got a lot of corners. The plate was always real wide.
Toward the middle, it's a foot race. Escobar just barely gets McCutchen. Bang, bang at first, and the Brewers win that one. Through 3, 1-0 Crew. And your team could be featured during a Trib Total Media Pirates pregame show. There's some guys right there. Not for sure play. Older players right there. Top of the 4th, 1-0 Brewers. Zach Duke pitching to Carlos Gomez, the center fielder. Gomez bounced back to Duke for an out in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1. And the bunt goes foul. It's nice to have the group in the booth last inning. Won the FSN backstage auction. Get a behind the scenes look at a Pirate broadcast. They were toward the truck earlier, and they're up here in the booth hanging out. Seeing all this
backstage,
all this technology we have.
Yep. See what's behind the curtain.
Yep. TV magic, the things we don't want to tell you. That's how stuff works. Really nice to see all of them up here. 1-1 pitch to the right side. Iwamura Didn't get it. Ball wouldn't cooperate with Aki, and he wasn't going to get Gomez. Gomez just too quick.
You can see that speed going down the line in this shot. A lot of guys, you're going to, as a second baseman, you knock it down, you keep it in front of you, you're still going to have a pretty easy out. But you know, Gomez, not only is he safe, I mean, look by how much. He's by the bag a step. Moving down the line. And as he was hitting the ball the other way, it was almost like he was already a half a step toward first base. He had that real good inside out type swing that everybody tries to teach nowadays.
So ruled an error. And Gomez aboard with nobody out.
Let's see if Duke can pick him off. Take one of the better moves. Gomez with his speed might be looking to run.
Ryan Braun takes a strike on the corner. Braun is responsible for all the scoring in the game so far. His first at bat, hit his 4th home run of the season.
We'll see if Zach tries to come in on him again, he'll make sure it gets in there this time. Tried to do it in that very first inning and left it pretty much right down the middle. And Braun made him pay the price for not hitting the spot that he was aiming at. Take a look at that home run again. Watch the location as it drifted out across the plate about bell high. And Braun got it.
Nothing in 1 to Ryan Braun. Number 3 hitter in the Brewers order. Prince Fielder on deck. And Carlos Gomez leads from first. And Zach Duke makes sure he gets back to the bag.
Gomez had that one read pretty well. Got back pretty easy.
Brad Fisher, third base coach. Runner goes in this one to right field. Gomez will turn and go to third. Braun is 2 for 2.
And no reason for Gomez to stop on that one. He was going to be out at first base. If this ball is caught and he's stopped, he's still going to be out. So he did the right thing. He thought about slowing down. He kind of took a half a step, and then I think it dawned on him, it doesn't matter if he catches it or not, I'm going to be out. So he just kept on trucking, made it into third base. Now the Brewers have something going, no one out.
And the thing that is alarming at this point in time, you look at one of the major league home run leaders over the last few years, Prince Fielder. He doesn't have one yet this year. And you know with him it's just a matter of time.
Well, he's off to a very slow start. Just 3 RBIs for Fielder.
Over the last 3 seasons, 130 home runs, 10 behind Ryan Howard. Howard to start the season at 140. And Fielder hammers this one. And Fielder has put the ball in the Allegheny. 2006. This one went 471 feet. Bouncing off the Riverwalk and into the drink.
Well, he's got as much power as anybody in the game.
Iwamura going to get the one at first. A run's going to come in as Gomez scores. And it's now 2-0 Milwaukee.
Fielder, that's about as weakly hit ball as you see him ever hit, but it turned out for the best. He got an RBI. You see him, he's just slapping 5 with everybody down there, but 3 RBIs before this at bat and 50 ABs this season. So he is very happy with himself, getting that run in and moving Braun in the scoring position.
Slow start for him, but that probably means he's going to go on a tear at some point.
Yeah, you know, when it's all said and done, he'll have 100 RBIs, so he'll make somebody pay.
He doesn't seem too worried about it right now. So McGee, the third baseman, stands in with Braun in scoring position. Cedeno looks Braun back, and now there are 2 outs. So McGee is gone here in the 4th. Corey Hart will be the hitter. Hart had a setback last season. He had to go on the disabled list for a little over a month, from August, real early in August till early in September. He had an appendectomy, and it was an emergency one while the team was on the road in San Diego. Quite a surprise. Brewers missed him for a month.
He's another one of those bats that is usually pretty big for the Brewers. You can see how that would be a big hole in their lineup.
2 balls and no strikes to Corey Hart. Hart out of Bowling Green, Kentucky originally, now lives in Goodyear, Arizona. Looks at the 2-0 low.
Fielder still got that smile on his face.
Well, Prince doesn't have much to be unhappy about, really. You know, as far as his baseball goes, he's always smiling around the ballpark. There's a 4-pitch walk. And Hart trots down to first base with 2 men out. Fielder's in commercials. He's got lots of things going well for him, and he still is one of the most dangerous hitters in baseball.
Looked like Zach kind of pitched around Hart a little bit. Hart a much bigger offensive threat than Zahn is. He had a base open. There's 2 outs. So I'm not too worried about that walk of Hart. Down by 2 runs. Time to start being a little careful.
Greg Zahn, strike 1.
You don't want it to backfire, though. Now you got the guy up there that you wanted. You better go get him.
Well, the Brewers in the last couple of years have had a lot of experience behind the plate. Jason Kendall is their catcher. And now they go with a veteran this year in Zahn.
Kendall done a pretty good job for him, too, over the couple of years he was there. I was a little bit surprised to see him move on.
2 on and 2 out. Now it's 2-1 to Zahn.
Did he go to Kansas City?
He did. With the Royals. See, there's Escobar on deck. Zahn struck out to end the 2nd inning. Runners go, and this one up in the air to right center field. McCutchen puts it away, and that'll do it for Milwaukee in the 4th. the Brewers at 12:35. Special matinee game. Drop by the Trip Total Media Hall of Fame Club to meet Pirates legends Dick Brote, Grant Jackson, and Frank Thomas as they sign autographs from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. For tickets, visit Pirates.com. Those alumni autograph sessions always great.
And stay in there for a couple innings. You want to move around a little bit, but stay in there and watch the game for a couple innings. A beautiful place to have some refreshments and watch the ball game. See, there's a couple of three gentlemen standing right there looking out the window.
0-1 pitch to Millage. Takes a strike, 0-2. Lastings struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1.
There they are. And it doesn't matter what ticket you have, anywhere in the building, you can just walk right into the Hall of Fame Club. No problem. You see it there in the back through the open window.
All are welcome in there.
Yeah, flat screens everywhere. Yep. Hey, guys.
Hey, look at me. I'm on TV. I look over there, I'm on. I look over here, I'm on.
One of those inside pitches that didn't get called a strike. Been too many of those tonight. Been a wide plate. We were talking about that earlier, about the strike zone and the way it's changed over the years. It has shrunk from side to side quite a bit, but it's gotten much larger from the knees up. That's the difference. As it used to, anything from the belt up for sure was no way you were ever getting that call a strike.
Payoff pitch coming from Gallardo to Lastings Millage. Fouls it away. Count will stay 3-2.
There's a lot of times you could throw a ball that would have hit the catcher's mask right in the forehead, and you would think that was dead in the strike zone. No way, that was not a strike. That ball's high. But you would get a couple inches on each side of the plate as long as you had fairly decent control and weren't throwing the ball all over the place. They'd give you some width.
3-2. Swings and strikes out for the second time tonight. So Millage now is 0 for 2. Let's take a look at our easy-to-use.com minor league connection. Well, Steve Pearce is having a very good start to the season. Look at that average, 404 through the first 13 games. He was 3 out of 4 last night, scored a couple of runs, had a couple of 2 base hits.
Had a nice spring training. I'm not surprised that he's off to a good start. The numbers were against him. It didn't look like there was any way that he was going to be able to make the team, but he still went out there and did a great job for the whole month of March, and has now continued it into April.
Garrett Jones walked in the first inning. Gallardo now with 7 strikeouts. His career high, by the way, 12. And last April 29th, he had 11 against the Pirates. So Gallardo, 204 strikeouts a year ago, continues to rack up the Ks. 1-1.
There's a strike. I mean, you watch Zahn, and he really puts the corner of the plate right in the middle of his body. And even if the glove is a little bit outside, if you throw the ball right there, I mean, it's hard for the umpire not to call it a strike, even if it is an inch off the plate.
2-2 now to Jones.
That was a slider there. If you look up in the corner, you can see the speed. Anything in the mid 80s, and that's his slider. If you see it, just a little tiny bit of a break.
That one just off the edge. Count full 3-2.
Zahn caught it and kind of brought it back a little bit. A little bit too much movement on the glove to get that call.
Three ball, 2 strike offering. Chopped in the dirt.
There's a mid 85 mile an hour, little tiny movement right at the end. That's your slider. The ball, as it goes in right at the end, it looks like it dips a little down and in to the left-hand hitter. And you see that, you look up, you see the velocity, you know, slider. Fastball, 91.
Base hit to left. Jones 1 for 1 tonight now. The Pirates with a runner aboard and 1 out.
Nice little battle. He fouled off some pretty good pitches. He got a fastball that up outside half of the plate. He was waiting a long time. He didn't want to get caught out in front on a breaking ball, so he's just thinking, okay, fastball, get the head of the bat to it, hit the ball the other way. That way, if it's off speed, I won't be way out in front.
And Jones likes the Brewers for whatever reason in his brief major league career. He's hitting 14 for 36 against them. It's about 375. Ryan Domit, who struck out looking to end the first inning, is behind in the count, 0-1.
I thought that Ryan was seeing the curveball pretty well in that first inning, although he just swung and missed one. Remember, he laid off a real good one down about shin high with 2 strikes on him. And then he got another curveball that he pulled fairly decently foul. And then that fastball locked him up. I'd like him to throw him another one of those one of those curveballs and leave it up above the knees a little bit. He's going to try and throw a slider on him. As the game has progressed, I'm seeing a lot more sliders than early in the game. Early in the game, a lot of curveballs. Now we're seeing more and more sliders. Gallardo is changing the pitches that these hitters are seeing. Second time through the lineup.
That one's high, ball 2.
He's still not throwing as hard as we've seen him in the past.
No, you're right. I mean, his numbers have touched 96 on the gun, and his fastball tonight's been about 90, 91.
I think his best I've seen so far is 92, but at 90, 91 is where he's at majority of the time.
Two balls, 1 strike. Jones the runner at first. And Domit takes high, ball 3.
Those 77s up there. That'll be the curveballs, 92. That's his best fastball tonight. But as you said, Tim, it's kind of what they call sitting. This fastball is sitting at 90, 91. At 92 is just every now and then.
Domit walks. So now Jones in scoring position. Domit represents the tying run. Jeff Clement coming to bat.
Just 1 out now. This inning is shaping up to be something we need to cash in on. Down by 2 runs. Hitting with runners in scoring position. Here we go. That has to be something we do well at.
In that 26 pitch first inning, Pirates had 2 men on base, but he ended up striking out the side. There's Rick Peterson, now the pitching coach here in Milwaukee. Brewers got some bad news about a member of their coaching staff. Stan Kiles, their bullpen coach, will be leaving the team on Friday to go to Spartanburg, South Carolina. He'll undergo prostate surgery there. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer during spring training. He's there on the left. And Fred Dabney has now joined the club from Class A, and he'll become the interim bullpen coach. So we wish the best to Stan Kiles. He'll be here just this week for undergoing surgery in South Carolina. 0-1 to Clement.
I remember last at bat, Clement hit a ball very hard. Single into right field. He got a fastball about belt high. Put just a little bit too much top spin on it to really drive it anywhere, but he got a hard single out of it. And now with a runner in scoring positions, see if Gallardo will challenge him again with that heater or really throw him some slow balls.
That's a strike.
See, now there's an example. That's a pitch that would never ever have been a strike years ago. They would have called this high because it's a curveball. When that ball went across the plate, that was above the belt.
Zahn pulled it down a little bit at the end.
That's the change from the strike zone of, say, 20 years ago to the strike zone of today. That high pitch wasn't close.
1-2. He strikes out.
I think he saw 4 pitches. I believe it was 4 pitches. We're going to see the sequence. I think you're going to see 3 curveballs out of 4 pitches. Remember that last at bat, he hit the fastball hard. He starts him off fastball away, breaking ball down, breaking ball for a strike, breaking ball for strike 3. Once he got ahead, fastball away, he wasn't going to see another one. Not after that. He smoked that one in the first inning, and now he's got a runner in scoring position.
8 strikeouts for Gallardo. Delwyn Young trying to do some damage. 2-0 Brewers. We are in the bottom half of the 4th, and Young fouls it away. These 2 teams will wrap up their brief 3-game series tomorrow afternoon on a getaway day, but it won't be long before they see each other again. Pirates and Astros will play on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Milwaukee at Miller Park. And by the way, tomorrow we are on television here on FSN. Daytime start, 12:35.
I'm anxious to see those Astros. I was looking at some of their team numbers. Their offense is non-existent.
Well, they're 3-9. I think I'd be anxious to see them too.
In that ballpark that they play, they've hit 4 home runs for the season as a team. 4 home runs all year.
Like I said, 3-9, 4.
I know we haven't been playing a long time this year, but still, that's.
Yeah, and they got Lance Berkman back, so that should provide a little bit of spark offensively.
I think their team on base average is. No, I'm not going to say that. I have to go and look at it again. I'm just speaking from memory, but it wasn't very good. I think they have a team slugging percentage of under 300.
It's not too good.
No, that's why I'm looking forward to seeing the Astros. Hopefully we can continue that trend.
1-2 pitch coming to Delwyn Young, and he strikes out. Strikeout number 9, and for the second time in the game, Giovanni Gallardo has struck out the side. By the Pittsburgh Pirates and played in the major leagues. Someone who went to Pitt, was drafted by the Pirates and played in the major leagues. Think about that one. We'll get you the answer in just a short while. 2-0 Brewers. Moving to the top of the 5th with Bob Walk, Tim Neverett.
We've got to give a hint.
It's not him. There's your hint.
I saw him at the ballpark tonight. That's my hint.
Isn't that amazing? Most of the time our trivia questions are about somebody who might
I
be
saw him here tonight.
around.
I saw him here tonight.
So Escobar will lead off. And Gallardo in the top of the order.
Alcides and Reyes.
That one's down the line, and an extra base for Escobar, as he is going to keep going.
He's going to go for it.
Here comes the throw, and he's going to be in. He could have stood up. Wow, good speed for Alcides Escobar, and a leadoff triple.
It wasn't hit very hard. Just kind of a well-placed ground ball. I'm not even sure it made it all the way to the wall.
Just kept on rolling.
Yeah, I guess maybe it did. I thought that Nose might have got there before it hit the outfield. Yeah, it did. He got there before it hit the outfield wall. I mean, it was definitely slowly hit.
Gallardo pops it up on the infield. Hockey takes care of it, and there's one down. Escobar runs well.
Well, he knew when the ball got inside the back that he was going to get a double, and then right there, you saw that Milic had a long way to go to get that ball, as Milic is playing over in left center, so it took him a while to get there. Yes, he did keep it off the wall, though.
Ricky Weeks with a chance for an RBI. One down. Escobar at third. Weeks is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice to the left side. Once to short, once to third. And he hammers one down the line and left. And this ball is gone. 2-run home run. Ricky Weeks, his third home run of the season. It is now a 4-0 Milwaukee lead.
You got to be careful with those breaking balls down and in. Sometimes the guys will just drop the head of the bat right to the baseball. You can be real quick down there. And if you can keep it fair, you're going to hit yourself some home runs. It's a breaking pitch down and in, drops the head of the bat right to it, and was able to keep it fair. I think the reason he kept it fair was it wasn't as in as I originally thought it was. I think it was down and pretty much middle of the plate. If it would have been down and in, I think he might have still hit it very hard, but he would have pulled it foul.
Gomez reached on a Niwamura error his last time up, and he drives this one to center. On the run, McCutchen, he won't get it. And Gomez pulls in with a stand-up double. Not many balls are going to be hit over McCutchen's head that don't leave the ballpark.
He likes to play shallow and try to take away those chink hits in front of him. Gomez, he was thinking 3. He knew he hit it well, knew it wasn't going to get caught. He was running real hard out of the box. Watch him take off just like a shot. But even though you get it over McCutchen's head, he is so fast himself. He's going to get it back in pretty quick. Eating at the mound.
Single run in the first inning on the home run by Braun. Home run this inning. 2-run shot scoring Escobar. Weeks hit it. And now a double to follow up the home run.
The bullpen right now is quiet for the Pirates, so it's just a meeting, to not waste time, actually, to have something to say.
Well, baseball fans, visit FSNinsider.com now to register for the Make Your Day giveaway. One lucky winner per month will receive a day FSN baseball prize pack. So be sure to sign up now for the monthly drawing at FSNinsider.com. It'll make your day. Ryan Braun, 2 for 2. Home run and a base hit. And the single in the fourth inning. Braun has upped his average to 389.
Base open right now. A fielder who is a very dangerous hitter, but he is off to a terribly slow start. He hit a ground ball last time. If you walk pitch around Braun and gave him hit another ground ball. Inning's over. Doesn't run well. Easy to double up.
2-0 to Braun.
Yeah, that was probably at least part of that discussion at the mound about what their philosophy, what their strategy is going to be as far as pitching to Braun.
Braun, with his 2 hits tonight, has hit safely in 13 of his 14 games this year.
Yeah, they're not pitching to him.
This will be the intentional
like,
walk.
It's 2-0, and that ball's a foot outside, a fastball.
Braun probably aware of the situation. And there is ball 4.
That one 2 feet outside. Might as well just stood up and put him on.
So now you get the left-on-left matchup here with Duke on Fielder. Fielder with an RBI, but he's 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, grounded out to second base in the fourth, and on that play, Carlos Gomez came around to score. And Gomez had reached on that Aki error. First and second, 1 out. And the infield looking for 2, and Fielder takes low. Last year, Fielder became the first Brewer in their franchise's history to produce 3 straight 30 home run and 100 RBI seasons. There go the runners, and there's no throw anywhere.
No reason to. That no contests. Huge jumps.
Gomez steals third. Braun steals second.
Gomez has great speed. Braun, who runs decent, has just a tremendous jump because there's nowhere that anybody is going to guard him, keep him close.
Infield comes in.
Not with Fielder up.
Nope.
So you can't guard Braun. You got to get that guy at second base. You had to hold him on real close. He's the guy you're going to have to throw out at third. There's no chance of keeping Braun close to first base.
And they'll walk Fielder. So 2 unintentional walks.
Well, I don't know about. I'm not sure.
Well, maybe the at bat changed as it went along here, but once they stole second and third.
Well, yeah, but to load things up for one of the hottest hitters in the league, right-hand hitter. I can't believe that Duke wants to load the bases and face Casey McGee.
And McGee is 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded out twice to short, and he's right there, number 4 on the list.
Now maybe it'll work out. Looking for a ground ball. See what happens.
Oh, got the number in front of the plate, and they'll go to first. That's all they'll get. But Gomez will come in to score. Doman had thoughts of trying to dive back and tag him, but Gomez is away.
I mean, this run they just scored, this is all Gomez's speed. I mean, he steals third base without a throw, and then just goes flashing by across the plate on the little number. Look at him coming down the line. Now, Doman might have had thoughts, but as he was turning around, Gomez is already sliding across the plate. Now, this is some speed. Look at that. Wow. That was impressive.
How about that slide? Now Corey Hart with 2 men out. And activity in the Pirate bullpen as DJ Carrasco starts to loosen up.
I'm sure that it would have been hard for Doman to think of anything but trying to stop that run. But if Doman would have picked that ball up in front of the plate and threw out the second base to get Fielder, they might have had a double play. But your first reaction is stop that run.
Two 2-0 on Hart.
That was some impressive speed coming down the line. As I was watching it live, I was thinking, can they pick it up and get back to the plate? I mean, that was on my mind, too. But just as Doma turned around, Gomez was already there.
Here comes the 2-1. Now it's 3-1.
There's that play again. Now, Doma's picking it up, think he's got an out. No chance. Look at that. If he came out, if he had to do it over, his best bet would have been to pick up the ball there at the edge of the grass and go second to first and try for the double play and try to end the inning right there.
Well, Zach Duke has just walked his third man this inning. He's given up a double, a triple, and a home run and walked 3.
2 of them I can understand. I can understand walking Braun with the base open. I can understand pitching around Hart with the base open with Zahn on deck. Not that Zahn is not a big league hitter. I'm not trying to put him down, but you look at his numbers, he's just not the offensive player that Hart is. And so yeah, I think pitching around Hart to get the Zahn in this situation, down by 5, yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Zahn, the 9th man to come to the plate this inning.
Knock on wood here. I want Zahn to break the game wide open with a extra base hit.
He is 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the second. Flying out to deep right center field in the 4th. Strike call. Well, Pirates need to get some offense going. I mean, they've looked at a lot of pitches tonight. Side has struck out twice, once in the 1st and once in the 4th. 1-1. And that is a swing. Ball and 2 strikes to Zahn. He's got 5 grand slams in his career. Of course, you're around as long as Zahn is, you're bound to run into a few of those. His big league debut in 1995. 15-year career in the big leagues, but his entire professional baseball career, 20 years. 2-2. And Duke with the bases full behind him, trying to get out of this inning. Clement will handle it himself. And the Brewers will strand 3 runners, but after getting 3 more runs, it is 5-0 Brewers. Bottom of the fifth inning, 5-0 Milwaukee, and Gallardo pitching to Zach Duke. Start things off this inning. Pirate pitcher 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Trying to help his own cause a little bit. A rough fifth. Faced 9 men, walked 3. Gave up a double, a triple, and a home run. And Duke looks at a strike. 1-2.
He's probably not in a real good frame of mind right now. He was a little upset there coming off the field, showing a little emotion. We watched him get in that dugout, and understandable. He was locked in a pretty decent pitcher's duel until the fifth inning.
Duke down the line, and that is a fair ball. Takes a bounce back toward the left fielder, and Duke in with a double.
Well, you said it earlier. He's the best hitter on the team as far as a pitcher is concerned. He's got just a beautiful swing. There it is, double down the line.
Right on the chalk line. He was 3 out of 4 in spring training. Of course, pitchers don't hit all that much in spring training. Just toward the end of spring training, they start to hit again. 3 out of 4, and those 3 hits all doubles.
Well, that did just hit right on the white line, didn't it?
Ronnie Cedeno 0 for 1. He struck out looking in the third. And he will look at this one for strike 1. Well, good to see Zach starting things off, putting himself in scoring position.
Make you feel a little bit better, but not a whole lot. Unless that base hit maybe gets a big inning started, then he'll feel better.
Cedeno went 2 for 4 Friday night of the first game of the homestand, and has gone 1 for 10 in his last 3 games since.
They got Ronnie's hitting runners in scoring position numbers up on the scoreboard. They're not too bad. 5 for 15 in these situations he has right now with a runner out there at second.
He's a bit of a free swinger. He'll swing at balls that are in a bigger strike zone.
Tell you what we've seen from him a little bit this year is that he's gotten into some 2-strike situations where there's been runners on base, and he has really battled, fouled off a lot of pitches. I recall he did that the night he got his walk-off hit.
2-2.
Got 2 strikes, and he must have hit 3 or 4 foul balls before he hit that line drive that ended the game.
In the 10th inning on the 7th of April against the Dodgers. Pirates would win that 4-3. He scored Lastings Millage on the play. Duke with the lead at second base. A lot of room in left center for the right-handed hitting Ronnie Cedeno.
Yeah, they're really getting him shaded over in center field quite a bit, trying to take away that right center gap.
This one down the right field line. That's going to go into the seats. Parrott making some friends.
He has lots of friends around here. A great job he does. How does he walk on the backs of those seats without falling over?
He's got talons.
Very athletic Parrott. Here we go. 2 strikes, and now there's 2 foul balls. Look at him. Feet. See, he just does it with ease.
Incredible balance. The only Parrott I know that doesn't talk. 2-2. Broken bat roller. And now Duke is caught up. Nowhere to go, and he is out.
Well, that's what happens. Pitchers, they don't have a lot of experience out there. I mean, this is a big-time no-no, especially if you look at the scoreboard and see you're down by 5 runs. Where are you going? There is no reason to run. You wait until that ball gets on the outfield grass, and then you run the third.
One out for Aki Iwamura now.
He wasn't feeling very happy last time he got off the field. Now he's really upset with himself.
Iwamura struck out twice, once in the first, once in the third.
Yeah, you could fry an egg on his forehead right now. He is not happy. Got to keep telling yourself, though, we're out here for 6 months. It's just game after game after game. You got to let the bad stuff go. There's another one tomorrow. Or in a starting pitcher's case, another one in 5 days.
To left field, Ryan Braun will make the grab. And there are 2 away. And Iwamura now is 0 for 3 on the night. The Pirates are proud to announce a new addition to the statues honoring Pirates legends around PNC Park. September 5th, a Bill Mazeroski statue will be unveiled commemorating the greatest moment in Pittsburgh sports history. And you can be a part of it by purchasing a commemorative bronze leaf to be on display near the statue. For more information, visit pirates.com/Maz statue. If you buy one of those leaves, your name can be on that statue forever.
If you missed out when they built the stadium and didn't get your name on a brick, now's your chance.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful statue. I've seen the mock-up of it, and it's in the process now, and it's going to be bronzed. It'll be a really nice addition to the ballpark. Certainly is going to draw a lot of fans down to the end of Mazeroski Way. McCutchen fouls it away. 1 and 2 for Andrew McCutchen. Walked, stole second, stole third, and was stranded in the first, and then grounded out to Escobar short in the third. Giovanni Gallardo has been a bit of a story tonight. 9 strikeouts. Well, lightning struck twice for that fan. He's caught 2 balls tonight.
He caught one in the very first inning. Did he get another one?
A strike. Yeah, he got another one.
Pretty impressive.
You know, people come to the ball yard
for
for
a
years
lifetime and you don't get one. And you get 2. That's not fair.
Got 2 in 5 innings.
Not fair. He's going to tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
Caught 2. Guess life's not fair.
I think he's tweeting right now. There goes Cedeno. Throw down, not in time, and Ronnie's got a stolen base.
The Pirates, even though they're down by 5, they're trying to do something to get this offense going.
Third stolen base. A little contact with Ricky Weeks. Yeah. Ronnie said, "Oh, excuse me."
It looked like Ronnie came in and he hit him. I think he really didn't mean to do that, but that's kind of what it looked. And he wanted to make sure that Ricky didn't take it that way, too.
Looked like a forearm shiver.
Yeah. Now watch his right forearm and elbow. Right there. I gave him a little shove.
Tag, you're it. Daniel in scoring position for McCutchen. 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is strikeout number 10, the 4th time in Giovanni Gallardo's young career. He has had 10 strikeouts or more in a game.
that over 9 innings. That's a significant strikeout day. I don't think he's going to be able to get there, though. He's thrown a lot of pitches. In fact, I think he is done. He's got over 100 pitches. Jody Garrett is up on the on-deck circle. So it's been a good day for him, but not a long day. 5 innings, no runs, 10 strikeouts, 3 hits. But he's done. And that's fine with me. Somebody else out there.
Might be fine with the Pirate hitters, too. This one to right center. And back on it, Jones. He won't get it. Escobar can run, and he's not going to stop, heading for third. Alcides Escobar has his second triple in as many at-bats.
Well, this one a little more understandable. You got good speed, and you drive a ball to the right center field area. You're going to get some triples out of that, because this is a long throw to have to make.
This is his 5th triple of the season. 2 for 3 now for Escobar with nobody out. Jody Garrett hitting with the infield drawn in. And he hammers one deep to right field, and you can forget it. It is gone. 2-run home run, the 3rd home run given up by Zach Duke. And Garrett hits his first of 2010. It is 7-0.
Zach not going to be wanting to watch this pitch. Breaking ball. Looks like they wanted it down and away, and I can watch the location of that glove again. You can see the Domet reaching back across his body and a backhand the ball. That means it's in the middle of the plate and it's belt high. Obviously, exact same spot as that Braun home run in the first inning. Well, high middle.
There's Evan Meek in the bullpen. 7-0 Brewers.
Now watch Domet's glove. Now watch where it starts out at when he moves out. I'm going to put a circle around it right there. Now watch where the ball ends up. Right there.
Brewers all of a sudden, the last few days, have found some offense, and a lot of it. In fact, in Sunday's win at Washington, the Brewers had a 10-0 lead early in that ball game.
Yeah, first inning.
First inning, it's pretty early. And then they got a 6-0 lead in the second inning last night, winning 8-1. It was the first time in Brewers franchise history that they led by 6 runs or more within the first 2 innings of consecutive games.
Well, you look up and down the lineup, there's a lot of offense. They're not going to have a whole lot of trouble, I wouldn't think, scoring runs this year.
And that one buzzed Ricky Weeks, and he's trying to head down to first.
Now you can kind of understand that. 3 home runs, 7 runs on the board, 0-2 pitch, up and in. I mean, that's just the way things go. And that's going to be it. John Russell has come out onto the field as you see that pitch hitting him in the shoulder again. Weeks not happy about it, but I'll tell you, in the situation, if you get up there and get 0-2, you got to be expecting this ball's coming inside.
The Columbia Gas 8-1-1 call to the pen has been made. Zach Duke is finished for the night. A Pitt Panther alum who was drafted by the Pirates and went on to play in the major leagues, and there he is in the ballpark tonight.
Told you I saw him.
I know you did. So we're all seeing him right now. 6th round of the 1972 draft. Ken Maka, manager.
You were given hints before we even asked the question.
I was?
Yeah. Talking about
Monroeville.
Where he was from.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
There's Willie Randolph with him. Managed the Athletics before coming over to Milwaukee. Pirates have another Pitt Panther in the system, Jim Negrich, who is at Double-A Altoona. Carlos Gomez at the plate. Evan Meek is on to replace Zach Duke.
So Meek is off to a strong start. He's got phenomenal numbers. Opponent batting average 207. It'd be great if he could keep that number down around that spot all year.
Nothing in 1 to Gomez. Carlos Villanueva now is warming up, a right-hander for Milwaukee. Stretch now too long for Gomez, and he called time.
And jumped way out of there just in case. He called time, and he doesn't want anything to happen. If it's timeout, there's no reason to be standing anywhere close to the baseball as it's coming in there.
Gomez has found a way to score twice. The 0-1 ground ball to Waukee. Goes to Cedeno for 1, back to first, and that is a double play.
Excellent. And, as we saw earlier, they just erased a very fast base runner. Gomez can scoot, and they turned it with ease. There's 3 hopper. Perfect flip from Waukee. Chest high. Yep, you're out.
Those two have spent considerable time trying to get familiar with one another and used to one another. It's not always easy to just come to a ball club and mesh well with your shortstop as a second baseman if you haven't been here before. And for Cedeno, you hadn't played with Iwamura before. Spring training, the question was asked, well, what about the difference in language? Well, they both speak English enough. And as Aki said, we speak the language of baseball. There's
not a lot of talking that goes on out there. And, the main communication is, who's going to cover the bag on steals, that sort of thing. And that's not spoken. Those are just all done with signs.
Ryan Braun takes a strike. Braun homered in the first, singled in the fourth, walked and stole second in the fifth. 1-1. There's a cut and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. Ryan Braun was hit by a pitch last year by Jeff Karstens and had some interesting quotes in the paper, basically warning Bud Selig to beware of what happens the next time it happens, and it kind of sparked off a unfriendliness between the clubs.
The Brewers and the Pirates have had unfriendliness going all the way back to Aramis Ramirez when he charged the mound. I can't remember now who the pitcher was, and there was a melee and ended up with a separated shoulder. And so they've been kind of going at each other quite a bit over the last dozen years or so. And there was the Caps and Prince Fielder episode not too far back. So it seems like every couple of years something gets started up between these two teams.
2-2, and Braun has his 3rd hit of the night. So we go back to Miller Park last year, the 27th. As Braun hammers one to left center field. That's out of the ballpark. And then the next at bat, he got it between the shoulder blades. later in the season, Jeff Karstens was at the plate against Milwaukee, and he got plunked. And
well, what should have happened that day, and it would have been no problem, and everything would have been over. Karstens came up, I believe, the very next inning, and nothing happened. Now, that's the way things are supposed to be handled. The next inning, when Carson stepped in there, he should have got hit. You know, and it doesn't matter whether Carson's hit him on purpose or not. That's just the way it is in the National League. Somebody hits a home run off you, next time up you hit him between the numbers, and then you come to the plate. You're gonna take one too. You're gonna wear it, and then it's no big deal.
And it went from April to July. And Jason Kendall, the catcher, is telling Karstens at the time, either go out there and fight or go down to first. And he challenged him at that point in time. And then Kendall made up a name for Joe Kerrigan. You saw the pitching coach, Joe Kerrigan, getting in there. And Kendall started calling him Dave Kerwin into the press after, just to kind of...
None of that would have ever happened if they would have just taken care of it the day that it happened. I mean, none of this is all, you know, really kind of silly stuff that shouldn't have gone on. When Karstens came to the plate that day, they hit him. Karstens could have nothing to say. He's going to just have to walk down to first base because of what happened. And then it's all done with and over with.
0-2 to Prince.
But for some reason, they did not go after Karstens. I don't have no idea. And I can remember Braun standing in left field with Karstens hitting, with his hands out to the side like, what's going on? And he had every right to feel that way.
Yeah,
that was an amazing thing that you know, and it didn't make any difference to me. You know, people say, well, Karstens wasn't throwing at him. You know, Pirate people say that. I don't care. You hit a guy between the numbers after he hit a home run off you, it doesn't matter. You're going to get hit.
Fielder hits this one down the line. Foul ball. He's had a couple down there tonight.
And I'm talking from experience, too. I got plunked a couple of times in situations where I knew I was going to get thrown at. And it's no big deal. You get hit, what are you going to do? You're not going to cause any trouble. You're going to say, okay, that's the way the game's played. You go down to first base. You know, I hit somebody, they hit me. That's the wonderful thing about having the pitchers hit in this league, is you don't have to have this stuff carried over from game to game, month after month. It can be done with right here, tonight, over. That's the way it should be done.
I'm sure whenever you hit somebody, it was by coincidence, though.
Yeah, it was always an accident.
Ball got away.
I had worse control than you could ever believe.
And after a guy hit a home run, next time up, you lost your control. That's perfect.
I never hit anybody out for home runs.
Perfectly understandable.
Never. I accidentally hit guys for other reasons, but not for hitting home runs. If they hit a home run off me, that was my fault, not theirs. Why should they pay?
You had a lot of accidents.
I had a few.
Evan Meek with a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Prince Fielder. Ryan Braun at first with 2 men out. 1-2. Again fouled back, so Fielder hanging in there. Fielder drove in his 4th run of the season in the 4th inning with a ground ball to second base, scoring Carlos Gomez, who had reached him an error by Uemura. He's walked and struck out. And one thing that's constant in the Brewers lineup is Prince Fielder at first base. You don't have to ask who's going to be playing first in that lineup. 199 straight games. Last night, by the way, was the first time that the Brewers had used the same lineup in back-to-back games. They had used different lineups in each game leading up to tonight. Kramer hit foul.
Nobody caught that one. That was a bullet. Never take your eyes off the hitter.
The Prince Fielder jersey on. It's like a magnet. Like it hit his phone. So
that's what they're picking up, pieces of telephone.
yeah, his phone is a casualty of that foul ball. I wonder if there's an app for that.
Cap for it, not an app.
I like that old Brewers uniform.
That's a great logo. One of the all-time best logos. They put an M and a B together and made a ball and a glove. Pretty clever.
2-2. That's through. Braun will take a turn and head for third. Fielder's got a hit, and the Brewers, with 2 down, have runners on the corners.
Fielder's trying to get the baseball, I think. Yep, he's got to throw that ball out. Where do you want that ball? Earlier today, you were saying something about Fielder was coming up on a milestone of some sort. That wasn't you, huh? Don't point at yourself and shake your head now.
you have that was an accident. You have a lot of conversations.
I heard somewhere today that he was coming up on a milestone of some sort. Well, whatever it is, he got the ball.
Whoever told you that, get him in here.
I'm going to think about what it was here in a second. What could it have been? Didn't drive in a run. It was just a single.
One and one to McGee. Now it's 1-2. Well, we've checked back in our TV truck and the Brewers television truck, and those guys don't even know. They would know. 1-2. Our guys would know too. Every once in a while, something slips past us up here. Not often, but sometimes. And
the only guy that knows for sure is standing on first base. I mean, he started trying to get that ball before he was at first base. He started hollering for the ball.
1-2 pitch. It's backhanded stab by Dolman.
Nice play. That was so far out there that there was no really chance for a block. That was about all he could do, was throw the glove out and try to pick it like a first baseman. Came up with it. Had McGee, or Duke has, pounding the ball into the ground tonight.
Two balls, 2 strikes, and that one's outside. Take a look at what Prince was doing here, calling for the baseball. He gets the hit.
Look, see, he's pointing to the ball right there. He wants that ball. First base coach is laughing about it. It must not have been that important of a milestone.
And McGee strikes out. So Meek strands Braun and Fielder. But the damage done. 2 runs in off Zach Duke. 7-0 Brewers. right in front of the plate. Gomez thinks about home, now goes to first. And watch the slide from Gomez. And that's tonight's Freeze Cam, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Well, Gomez has scored 2 of the 7 Milwaukee runs. It's only 3 hits. Looking for some offense here in the bottom of the 6th. Bob Walk, Tim Everett here at PNC Park, game 2 of 3. Tomorrow afternoon, 12:35 first pitch. And the pitching matchup has Randy Wolf, the left-hander, going for Milwaukee against the right-hander Daniel McCutchen of the Pirates. That game tomorrow is right here on FSN. Carlos Villanueva now throwing for Milwaukee.
Oh, absolutely. No success against the starter. Maybe they can do something against the bullpen. Just 3 hits tonight. And one of those was a Zach Duke double.
Strike to Millage. Millage pops it up. That'll be well out of play.
Oh, bad catch. Got the ball anyway. I mean, it should have been an easy play. He was camped under it, couldn't make the catch.
That's your analysis of that one?
Yeah. I mean, he had it easy. There was nobody around him. He just clanked it. He clanked it.
Ball was in the lights, and he didn't have his hat on.
Oh, he didn't have it. No lights. He clanked it.
Lastings Millage strikes out for the 3rd time. But he's not the only one to strike out. Giovanni Gallardo got 10 punch-outs tonight.
And we're talking 5 innings, too, these 10 strikeouts. Very impressive night. A lot of looking on fastballs, as you can see from the, what would you call this? Montage? Is that the name of this?
It's a montage. Call it that.
Pretty awesome night. But you look at the strikeouts. 11 now for the Pirates in the evening. There's Peterson.
Jones is 1 for 1. He walked and got a base hit. Yeah, you can call it a montage, but you know, in the biz, Bob, they call it a package.
Package?
Yeah. Just in case any of the gypsies in the truck ever say anything to you about a package, you'll know what it is. It's an Elvis package because it comes off the Elvis machine. It doesn't have sideburns or glasses or anything, but it does a lot with video.
You know why they call it Elvis?
Why?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Hoping you do.
Yes, this is the television terminology of the day, Bob. The video replay machine that they use for those is called an EVS, and so its nickname around the business and every truck is Elvis.
Some behind the scenes lingo here.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, did they have more than one? How do they tell the one from the other? Are they all Elvis, or is there? Do they have like middle names or something? Well, they got to have more than one recorder down there in the trailer.
He's shaking. No. There's Max Headroom. There's Elvis. Tomorrow we'll get a little more advanced. We'll talk about up-converting to high definition.
Well, when we get that super slow-mo machine, we're going to have to come up with a new name.
3-2 to Garrett Jones. There's your shotgun mic right there.
It's 12 gauge.
It's unloaded right now.
R2D2. It's a scouting cam, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very high-tech viewfinder right there. It's made of very high-tech cardboard. As Jones walks for the second time tonight.
You know, looking at that shotgun mic, you know that there's mics in the outfield wall in between the pads.
Yes.
So when someone crashes into the wall, that's why you hear that good sound of smacking the pads. There's actually microphones in the outfield wall.
Well, it helps us, as FSN says, bring the game to you.
Oh, most definitely.
This one is just beyond the third base dugout. Foul drive. 0-1 to Domet. Domet looking for a hit tonight. Struck out looking in the first and then walked in the fourth. Pirates like to get a little bit going against the Milwaukee bullpen. Villanueva getting set to deliver. Jones has his lead held on by Fielder. Right at the knees for strike two. Donald hit safely in his first 4 games of the season, going 6 out of 17, and he is 2 for 24 in his last 7. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looking up at the scoreboard bio, Domet's first job as a stock boy at a grocery store. That was my first job.
Is that right?
Not a stock boy, but the guy that puts the groceries in the bag.
Oh, you were a bagger.
Yep, I was a bagger.
You were a bag man.
For some reason, out in California, they called us box boys. I don't know. We didn't put it. We put the stuff in bags, but we were called box boys. Figure that out. It's kind of like the Elvis.
It's just like the Elvis, except different.
My favorite part was going out and collecting the cards. Get outside, fresh air.
2-2 is pulled to right. Base hit for Domet. First and second and 1 out. So the former stock boy has a base hit.
Got into the bullpen, and hopefully we can make some noise now. Got the inning started. Couple guys on, just 1 out. Fielder quite able to move quick enough to get that ball.
Then it past Prince Fielder. Well, if Fielder asked for that ball, there's no milestone. We've asked everybody who might know something, and everybody's speculating that we've asked that he may want to give it to the fan in the Fielder's shirt who had his phone broken, but that fan was interviewed by Milwaukee TV.
I would call that false.
I agree, because the fan was interviewed. He did not get the ball.
Well, plus, I mean, if you want to give him something, you can give him you can give him a ball.
Give him a new phone.
Yeah. There's no way for him to even know that that's the ball that he hit. The ball went in the dugout.
The remnants of his phone sitting there on the railing. Clement takes high. Be nice to see Jeff heat up. He had a hit in his first at bat tonight in the second inning, then struck out swinging in the fourth. Had a hit in his final at bat last night after going 0 for 20 prior to that. And now it's just a matter of him getting locked in. Two and 1 to Clement. Former first-round pick of the Seattle Mariners. Was a catcher. This is his first season playing first base. Says he likes all the extra work, and he gets plenty of it. Earlier in the day, working on different scenarios. Stretched by Villanueva, now the 2-1. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clement awaiting the 2-2. He strikes out for the second time tonight. 2 men out, and Delwin Young now will hit.
It's early enough in this ball game as you see him swing over a breaking ball. If we can do something here and get a couple runs on the board, it's not like the game is over. But it is the bottom of the 6th inning. You get a couple of guys on, you got to get them in. I mean, there's no room for leaving guys on base anymore. You got to cash them in.
Young takes strike 1. DY without a hit, hit into a double play in the 2nd inning, and then struck out in the 4th. You look at Clement now learning a new position at first base, primarily a catcher on the way up, so it's a bigger adjustment for him after doing only one thing. But Delwin Young's played outfield, infield, all over the place, and he just says baseball is baseball. He said you still have to catch the ball, set your feet, and throw. No matter if you're at second base or first base, you just have to throw to the right place. He doesn't get flustered. He was a little surprised when he found out on the road trip that he was going to start at third base. He made his first big league start there. So because nobody told him anything, he just got to the ballpark, looked up at the lineup card, saw the number 5 next to his name, and said, "Wait a minute." Ryan Church on deck. Pinch hit for Meek.
I can remember my high school coach used to say, just catch the ball, throw the ball. Just break it down to just, basically like you're playing a game of catch in your backyard. Same deal. It's not any more complicated than that.
Ground ball to Escobar, and he'll take it himself, and that'll end the inning. So the Pirates will strand 2. And after 6, the Brew Crew up 7-0. Seventh inning. Come celebrate Earth Day at PNC Park tomorrow as the Bucks host the Brewers in a 12:35 matinee game. All fans will receive a Pirates recycled green cap courtesy of Waste Management. Plus, it's a T-shirt Thursday. All fans are getting a T-shirt. For tickets, visit Pirates.com. Let's go Bucks. Let's go green. So a hat and a T-shirt tomorrow 12:35 start. Daniel McCutcheon will pitch for the Pirates against Randy Wolf of the Brewers. Here's Corey Hart to start things off in the Brewers 7th. Hart has walked twice and then grounded out to Clement at first base. Did that back in the 2nd inning. Meek pitching in his 2nd inning of work. Came on. Zach Duke didn't get an out in the 6th. And Meek got Gomez to hit into a double play. And then a couple of hits by Braun and Fielder. And then struck out McGee. One and one to the right fielder, Corey Hart. That one is high. And you were talking earlier in the telecast, Bob, about Houston. You said you're anxious to see that club. And
yeah, I want to. Well, I'm anxious to play that club. Yeah, I mean, get them while they're down.
Well, they were up 1-0 over the Florida Marlins in Houston, and now Florida has put 4 on the board in the 5th inning. They now lead Houston 4-1. See Cincinnati trailing Los Angeles in the 6th. That was a wild one last night. Cubs leading the Mets. Mets beating the Cubs last night. Mike Pelfrey doing the job. And a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Corey Hart. Well, on a sad note and a bad note in baseball, yesterday, president of the Colorado Rockies, Kelly McGregor, was found dead in his hotel room in Salt Lake City. He was there with Rockies owner Charlie Monfort, and young guy too, 48 years of age, 2-time All-American tight end at Colorado State. Kelly is a big guy, very nice guy, and sorry to see him go. And really a tragic loss for not only baseball but certainly that organization. And his wife Lori and their 4 kids are left behind, and Rockies will wear a patch to commemorate the loss of their young president Kelly McGregor for the remainder of the season. But Kelly was a good administrator and had been with that ball club for quite a while. Became the president.
You don't expect something like that to happen in their 40s.
In a good shape.
But that
worked out a lot.
That organization had to deal with the tragedy just a couple of years ago. They had the minor league coach,
Mike
Kuba, that hit with a line drive as he was coaching first base, I believe it was. Tragically killed.
And that is the reason that the base coaches all wear batting helmets. Baseball adopted that all throughout the game, major leagues and minor leagues, after the Mike Kuba tragedy.
And that was the year that the Rockies had that unbelievable run in September. It took them all the way to the World Series. I mean, you were out there. What was that? They won like 22 out of 24 or something.
It was 20
incredible number.
Yeah, 20 out of 21 at one point. And I remember in August sitting there thinking, there is no way. Early August. I'm sorry, not early. Maybe mid to late August, saying there's no way.
No, you have no chance.
No chance. And then all of a sudden, it's 3 in a row. It's 4 in a row. It's 5 in a row. It's 15 in a row. And then the town was turned on its ear.
And they won, what was it, 20 out of 21, is that what you said?
Yeah. To right field.
And they had to do that to get into a 1-game playoff, am I right?
Against the Padres.
20 out of 21 to force a 1-game playoff. I mean, it was just incredible what happened. And the thing that I remember, the reason I bring this up, talking about Kuba, you correct me if I'm wrong, but the team dedicated a full share of their World Series money to his widow. Is that right? Tim, is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was, I have never polled for any team in the postseason as much as I polled for them, after I heard what they had done for his widow.
There's a strike to
And we're talking, too, about a club full of young guys.
Young guys that came up together.
This was not an older veteran team. Here's a bunch of young guys that came up with this deal out of their shares meeting that they were going to give Kubaw's widow. I mean, that was amazing.
Kelly McGregor, president of the Colorado Rockies, lost yesterday, age 48. Take a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Toyota. Tomorrow on the air at noon. First pitch 12:35 right here on FSN, and then 3 in Houston against the Astros. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. And that is the road ahead. Gorgeous night in downtown Pittsburgh. Score not so gorgeous. 7-0. Milwaukee with the lead. John Rayner is out to pinch hit for the pitcher Evan Meek. Villanueva delivers outside. Ryan Church, a left-handed batter, was on deck before the last inning ended. And then because he didn't get a chance to hit, Meek went out there again. And now John Russell sends up the right-hander Rayner. Got his second major league hit last night in a pinch hitting role. Both of his base hits have been infield singles. Had one in San Francisco for his first one. And then last night.
He can run a little bit. He'll be able to get some of those leg hits in his career.
2-1. It'll be Rayner, then Cedeno on the top of the order, Iwamura. Villanueva looks in at Zahn and has his sign. Now the 2-1. 2-2.
Rayner having to get used to a totally different world in the big leagues and a totally different role than he has ever played in his life. Always been an everyday player in the minor leagues, and now he's having to just sit the bench and get an occasional at bat. Just his 7th at bat of the season right now.
And the 2-2 to the shortstop. Alcides Escobar throws him out. And there is one down on the Pirates 7th. Saturday on Inside Pirates Baseball, hit the links with the Pirates' best golfer, Paul Maholm. Plus, see why new closer Octavio Dotel is famous for his flexibility. And catch the Pirates' plays of the week. It's all Inside Pirates Baseball this Saturday at 6 on FSN. Ouch. How do you do that?
I didn't need to see that.
I give you a bad dream. No, don't do it again.
Yeah. Oh, you should have warned me that that was going to happen.
I would have if someone had warned me. I wouldn't have warned you. I thought you could take it.
My arm would have never went back to where it was in the beginning.
I saw Octavio get dropped off today when he got to the ballpark. Got a ride up from the parking lot on one of the carts. And as I walked in, he was already dressed and running out. It was like he jumped in a phone booth like Superman, changed as quick as a person can. Maybe because of those flexible arms, he was able to get his uniform on so quickly. And then he ran out the door.
Wasn't late, was he?
I didn't say that. I just said I've never seen a guy get changed that quickly.
He was in a hurry for some reason.
Oh, those nachos.
They're looking pretty good right about
There's
now.
a little more cheese on that. Cheese there at 89 miles an hour.
There's lots of cheese.
Yeah, he's already killed that. He's on dessert.
He's hollering at somebody, isn't he?
3-2 now to Cedeno.
He's like, come on, Bucks, go. I think that's what he was saying.
Barking out instructions.
Yep. You're sitting pretty close. You better get that glove on. You are very close to that hitter.
Here comes the payoff. That's outside, ball 4. And the Pirates with a base runner in the 7th. Cedeno aboard for Iwamura now. Zaki is 0 for 3 tonight, looking for his first base hit. Visit the official online shop of the Pirates at Pirates.com. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the Pirates.com shop, except no substitutes. Looks like some shoppers of the Pirates.com shop here at the ballpark tonight. Iwamura, foul ball, strike 1.
A lot of shoppers at the ballpark.
I think that Brewers fan was going to go shopping at Pirates.com, but
Needed
Prince Fielder broke his phone. Can't do it now. He's going to have to go into the real shop. 0-1 to Aki. Goes the other way. Foul and out of play.
Yeah, scramble for that one. Oh, there was a good scramble. A little scrum down there in between the seats. Kind of like a fumble in the NFL. They got to wait to see who comes up with it.
Gotta unpile them.
Yeah.
0-2. The pitch. 1-2. Now he's being asked, how did you do it? How do you feel?
No, just
run. He just gave it to you.
Yeah,
Run.
Throw it out on the field right now.
1-2 to Iwamura. And this one hit pretty well. This one's going a long way. Braun on the run. And oh my goodness, what a catch by Ryan Braun.
He's got that power to the gap. We talked about it earlier. You see it again, but Braun was ready. Very athletic play.
He likes that.
This is a nice catch.
And a nice adjustment there at the end.
A little bit of a course correction.
So Ryan Braun with a nice defensive play. Here's Andrew McCutchen at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 stolen bases. Leads the National League with 9 steals. He'd like to get on. He's got Cedeno in front of him here. Ball and no strikes to Kutch. 500 in the series. 1-1. Well, tomorrow's a getaway day. Pirates will head off to Houston after the game. 3 with the Astros. Then see the Brewers again. 3 there, and then out west again for the second time to the West Coast this month. As they'll take on the Dodgers for 4 and then cross into early May. Strike called, 1 and 2.
That was a wide plate on that one. One of the surprising things that of the season so far for me is McCutchen last year was so good at driving in runs. This year, just 1 RBI to this point, and that was on a solo home run. Has not driven in anybody on the bases yet.
1-2. He strikes out. And that'll do it for the Bucks in the 7th as Villanueva gets Kutch. Rotunda. That's the Cold Hard Blast, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Game similar to this point as we start the top of the 8th. 7 runs, 10 hits. 0-4-1 the line for the Pirates. Gallardo, 5 innings pitched. For the 4th time in his career, he has had 10 strikeouts or more in a game. Braun, 3 for 3, solo home run. And Jody Garrett had a pinch hit 2-run shot deep to right in the 6th inning. Here's Jack Tashner now taking the mound for the Pirates.
Look at the start he's had with his strikeouts. 7 innings, 10 Ks, and just 1 walk. That's a carryover from March.
He had a good spring, and he's carried it in.
Big strikeout spring.
He earned his place on this roster. And in the Pirate bullpen, there was no guarantee for Tashner when he came over to Pittsburgh. Was with Philadelphia last year, San Francisco for a number of years prior to that. Strike 1 to Ricky Weeks. Ricky was hit by a pitch in the 6th, and he was the final batter that Zach Duke saw tonight after Duke's 95 pitches, the 95th one. Spinning Ricky Weeks around and hitting him. Fouled away, no balls and 2 strikes to Ricky Weeks. Todd Coffey. When the coffee is ready, you know it. He is fun to watch when he comes in from the bullpen. He sprints.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be winded by the time he would get there, but he runs as hard as he can all the way from the outfield fence as soon as it comes through the gate all the way to the mound.
And in Milwaukee, when he comes on, they have a stopwatch on him to see how long it takes. They keep track of how long it takes for him to get from the bullpen to the mound. What his average time is over the course of the season. One, two, and Weeks looks at that one low.
Doesn't take long in Milwaukee to get the coffee ready, huh? Doesn't take long here anymore. So we got a new coffee maker in the.
Yeah, I heard somebody bought you one
in the clubhouse. Yeah,
I saw you cleaning it the other night.
Nicest coffee maker I have ever had. I'm going to keep it just like new.
Cedeno throws on to first, and he's got Weeks. One away in the Brewers' 8th. Have you run out of coffee yet from a couple seasons ago?
Well, no. We had to get rid of that. We got old. We have new coffee now.
You had so much you couldn't use it all, right?
And our new coffee maker. It actually makes coffee from a dry pot to full in 120 seconds.
I guess that's impressive.
Yeah, you can make a pot of coffee
2 minutes
in the time it takes for us to have a commercial break. A whole full pot.
Carlos Gomez, 2 balls in, no strikes.
It's more behind the scenes stuff here. And we've been big on that today.
Does it take you longer to drink it than it does to make it?
Oh, yeah.
Two balls and no strikes. Now 3-0. Gomez, who has scored twice tonight, had a double back in the 5th, and then last time up in the 6th, head into a double play. And he walks. So the 3rd time he has reached base. And well, Bob's probably been by there, my guess. You know right where that is, right?
Oh, okay. Now I do. Now that we panned out a little bit, yeah. Now I got me a cup right here. I guess I shouldn't say the brand, huh?
It's hot. Ryan Braun, 3 for 3 with a walk. He's had himself a nice game offensively, and last inning made a nice defensive play on Aki Uemura. Running over the shoulder catch. A lot of different stuff up there. Some new stuff.
Make some purchases there. A little of everything.
1-1 to Braun. Tashner, 1 out and 1 on. The thought was that there would probably be just one left-hander in the bullpen, with Javier Lopez being it, but Tashner forced his way into the bullpen with a strong march. And now with Burris sent back to AAA. Now they're from 3 back down to 2 lefties. Burris had to pitch in last night's game. Charlie Morton struggled after the 1st inning. So in case you missed the news on the roster move, Burris went back to AAA Indianapolis. And now in a Pirate uniform for the first time in the big leagues is Argenis Diaz, shortstop and 3rd baseman. Pirates needed some depth on the left side of the infield. Andy LaRoche having some back spasms, and they've lingered a little bit.
Crosby,
the left shoulder. Yeah, left shoulder soreness. Crosby was going to start at 3rd base last night. And then right before the game had to pull himself out, and Delwyn Young has been it. So right now the left side infielders, Cedeno, Young, and Argenis Diaz. Full count to Braun. One down. Cedeno with a backhand. He'll leap and go to first. Oh, what a play! Ronnie Cedeno.
Hey, he has got an arm. There's no way you can help your arm out at all when you're running like this and having to throw back the other direction. It is all arm.
Home Depot doing more on defense. He's going to throw off the front foot, which is so hard to do. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Powerful right arm of Ronnie Cedeno.
Right on the money, too.
Certainly worth another look. 2 men out for Prince Fielder. Breaking ball low, ball one.
Domit gonna go out and say, hey, I was expecting a fastball. Watch him, he's looking heater. Watch the glove, and he has to kind of jab at it at the last second because it was not what he was looking for. You can make that adjustment, but now if you're looking breaking ball and get the fastball, that's when you're going to get the umpire killed. The ball goes zipping right in, and you don't even slow it down.
Gomez, the runner at second, and the pitch to Fielder is in for a strike. Prince is 1 for 3 tonight with a walk and a run batted in. He singled his last time up in the 6th. And another strike. And we talked about his numbers earlier in the telecast, the fact that he does not have a home run yet this year. His RBI numbers are down. Just 4 so far. Fielder had 3 straight seasons with better than 30 home runs and 100 runs batted in. The first Brewer ever to do that.
He strikes out right now. At the end of the inning. Domit should ask him if he wants the ball.
Tashner's 1-2 to second base. Hockey throws him out. Nothing across for the Brewers. 1 man left. Solid inning of relief by Jack Tashner. Go to the bottom of the 8th next. Milwaukee comes on. This is him coming out of the bullpen.
Watch him. Here he goes. As soon as he clears the gate, he's gone. Actually, I've seen him run much faster. I think he saves his best runs for home, the home crowd.
He's got good form.
That's a nice pace, but that's still not really giving it your all. And look how run it out to the mound. Don't stop early like that.
14.9 seconds. That's a slow time for him. He's much better than that normally.
Well, he's got a nice zipper there on the elbow. Definitely had some work done there over the years. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Nice scar.
Yeah. Oh, so the next time they can just open that up and you can't tell.
Oh, yeah. They go to the same
just
spot.
unzip it.
The numbers of 4 walks in just 6 innings. A little on the wild side, so heck, take a strike here, down by 7. See if we can get a couple of walks. It's going to take something like that for us to make any kind of a run. And there's the strike.
Well, in Milwaukee, and good chance we'll see it sometime during the season because the Pirates and Brewers play each other so frequently. But in Milwaukee, the music that he comes into when he runs, it inspires him. He doesn't hear it on the road. And there's a ground ball to third. McGee throws out Millage, one away. It's the former pro wrestler Ultimate Warrior theme song. That gets him going. Today's Play That Made You Smile brought to you by our friends at Aspen Dental. And earlier, what happens when you're having success as a pro baseball player? You get all kinds of attention. Garrett Jones, a little photo spread in the magazine upcoming. Say cheese, you got to have a good smile. Brought to you by our friends at Aspen Dental. Here is Jones again. 1 for 1 tonight. He's walked twice, singled in the 4th. And Coffee deals a strike. You don't want to get any coffee stains on your smile.
Nope.
Comes the 0-1. Oh, it is 0-2.
Coffee throwing harder than anybody tonight so far. He's up there 95 miles an hour. Pouring it through there.
No filter. Jones watches it low and away. He's faced Coffee 3 times before. He's 1 for 3. Todd Coffee out of the stretch position. And the 1-2. Ripped down a fielder who will handle it himself. And there are now 2 down in the Pirate 8th.
Well, we're running out of time. Things are looking bleak for tonight's game.
There's Dome at 1 for 2 tonight. Facing Coffee. Coffee 6'4" and 241. Out of Rutherfordton, North Carolina. 92 miles an hour that time.
No clock in baseball. You always have a chance if you can get a little something going. You see what they can maybe put together here at the end. Whoa.
They got him too far inside.
Yep. I think it just got the uniform, though, perhaps.
Dome will trot down to first. Maybe a little more than the uniform.
Yeah.
He got him on the 4.
I think that it really wasn't a square hit, though.
Just grazed.
Yep. A little coffee on the shirt.
Coffee had the 3rd most appearances in one season in Brewers history, 78 last year. Ken Sanders, 1971 at 83. Ray King had 82 in 2001.
Yeah, it's lefty. They don't count.
They don't count?
No. They get all those 1-out appearances.
I didn't know they didn't count. McGee flips it on to second base, and Weeks digs it out. And that does it for the Pirates in the 8th. We'll move to the ninth. 7-0 Milwaukee. Well, the offense has belonged to the Brewers tonight. Take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders. Jorge Cantu on top, 14 straight games. Casey McGee needs a hit to get to 10 and jump into second place ahead of Matt Kemp of the Dodgers.
Last chance.
Barrel Automotive, definitely worth the click. McGee tonight has grounded out to short twice, grounded out right in front of home plate. Ryan Bowman threw him out, and then he struck out on the 6th, 0 for 4. 2-0 to McGee. McGee playing in his 13th game, didn't appear in his 13th game last season until the 20th of May. Up in the air to right field, and there's a 10-game hitting streak for McGee. Pull in with a double. A man in scoring position for Corey Hart now, with nobody out in the 9th.
It's a 2-0 count. Pretty good chance that you're going to see a fastball with a 7-0 lead. But he still doesn't get out there and try to be too aggressive with it. He's just thinking, right center field, drive the ball that way. That's a quality at bat for sure.
6th double. Done a good job with the extra base hits. One of the better rookies, certainly. You look last year, the rookie stats late in the season, as Hart drives one down in the corner, and that's going to score McGee easily. And Corey Hart in with an RBI double. I was going to say about McGee is when you looked at it statistically, you'd see 4 rookies at the top more often than not. You'd see McGee, Colby Rasmus of St. Louis, Garrett Jones, who at one point was vying for the rookie Triple Crown, and then Andrew McCutchen you'd see up there as well. Corey Hart with his first hit. Second double of the year. Drives in a run. That's RBI number 8 for Hart. Greg Zahn takes outside. That was a good 8th inning for Tashner. He had the 1 walk, but he got 3 relatively quick outs, facing only 4 hitters, and then the 9th has been completely different, starting with back-to-back doubles. Greg Zahn 1 for 4, singled in the 7th.
Any early favorites in your mind for Rookie of the Year this year?
Yeah.
guy in Atlanta?
Jason Hayward.
Seems to be the consensus pick.
The J. Hay kid.
He had a walk-off hit the other night.
Yep. His number in spring training was in the 70s, and they took care of that pretty quickly once spring training ended. Became a regular number, and he is the real deal. He's big, too. Good size, good speed, good arm. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 now to Zahn. But there's 148 games still remaining, so somebody else could emerge.
Yeah, he's got the PR machine going for him. He's already in the big leagues. And, opening day, he's got a lot of advantages right now. And plus, he's good.
He is pretty good.
So he definitely deserves being the preseason favorite. Or early season favorite.
Hart goes down to third.
What happened on that pitch right there? Man?
Well, there was a swing and a miss by Zahn, and the ball went to the backstop.
Wasn't a foul ball though? Was that another cross up? Maybe. I mean, Domet barely slowed it down.
The infield comes in.
He got crossed up earlier with a man at second. I think it might have happened again, although he didn't go out and say anything.
So Tashner strikes out Greg Zahn. Escobar, the shortstop, up. 8-0 Brewers in the ninth.
Either that or that was a fastball and it just cut for some reason. That'll happen occasionally. The fastball will do something that you don't expect it to. Basically, it turns into not being a fastball. It turns into a slider.
Turns into something else entirely. Ground ball to short. This will retire Escobar and hold the runner hard at third.
Yeah, got it right off the end of the bat. I think the bat came in two pieces.
It's an explosion on the bat side. And Joe Inglet will hit in the ninth spot. Pinch hitting. Inglet pinch hit last night as well.
No more coffee, huh?
No, the coffee is finished.
It's getting late. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw my half a cup away just in honor of coffee being done.
Todd Coffey has a pretty good inning in the eighth for Milwaukee. He would be done.
Definitely had a strong fastball tonight. Strong coffee.
We'll see LaTroy Hawkins coming in the ninth, bottom of the ninth. Tashner, 1 ball, no strikes on Inglet. And Clement steps on the bag and last wraps for the Bucks, trailing by 8 runs. Here comes Mr. Hawkins. taken out of the Cubs rotation. He'll go to the bullpen. J.D. Drew, the grand slam for Boston. They are tied with Texas 7-all in the 10th. Roy Halladay, complete game shutout. He's good. Beat the Braves. And Alex Gordon hit a solo home run in the 10th inning as the Royals beat the Blue Jays 4-3. Big news on the north side in Chicago. I don't really know what to say about that.
The big news in Chicago, or Tigger?
Big news. You know,
is that Tigger? I think that's Tigger, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
It's from the 100-acre woods. Isn't that where he lives?
Is that Christopher Robin?
What's that haircut?
How about it? Delwin Young batting here in the 9th. Young without a hit. He's 0 for 3. It'll be Young, and then looks like Argenis Diaz is going to get in that bat. He'll pinch hit, bat second, and then Cedeno. 1-0.
So Zambrano's going to the bullpen in Chicago.
Yeah. That means fewer at-bats for him. Yeah. And also fewer opportunities to throw the umpire out of the game and then throw the ball to the warning track. Like he did against the Pirates last season. That might have been one of the best meltdowns I've seen. This one fouled away. Final score in from San Diego. The Padres have beaten San Francisco 5-2. Bud Black's team has now won 6 straight. They swept the Giants.
The Padres last couple seasons have definitely had the number of the Giants. They can't beat the Pods.
Ground ball to first, and Fielder will handle it for the out. Delwin Young is gone here in the 9th. Here is Diaz. And this will be the major league debut of Argenis Diaz. Time you wait for your whole life.
I wonder if this is his first professional at bat without an ear flap over his right ear.
Probably so. He's probably excited when he got that helmet today.
Oh, wow. I got a helmet with one ear flap.
Here is Diaz facing LaTroy Hawkins. Takes a strike. From Venezuela, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. 246 last year in games combined between the Red Sox AA affiliate in Portland and AAA Indianapolis with the Pirates chain. 0-1. 1-1 now. Argenis was recognized by Baseball America as being the best defensive infielder and having the best infield arm in the Pittsburgh organization prior to this season. And for 3 straight seasons, the publication rated him as the best defensive infielder in Boston's minor league system. 2007, 2008, and also before that 2006. 06, 07, 08, 3 years in a row. Got that award or that recognition. To the right side, Fielder will handle this one. That is out number 2. Pirates postgame is coming up next with extended highlights and analysis, plus our closer, Kent DeCovey, is ready to answer your questions and break down key plays. Pirates postgame next on FSN.
Teak, is that Tigger there?
I don't know, but they were indicating first down, I thought. A little confused?
Yeah, they're confused, all right.
First down, first down. Cedeno will take a strike.
They're yelling at Braun about something.
Maybe they're asking him for directions out of the 100-acre wood.
a sign. With the sign, they put the sign down. No others.
Two down, bottom of the ninth. LaTroy Hawkins comes set. And now the 1-1 delivery to Ronnie Cedeno. To center field, and going back on it is Gomez, and that'll be the ball game. Pirates shut out at home. Have been outscored 16-1 in the first two games of this three-game set. Ryan Braun got it going with a solo home run in the first inning, and that turned out to be all the Brewers would need tonight. So the final 8-0. And both teams with a record of 7-7. Our next telecast of Pirates baseball tomorrow afternoon for the homestand finale. Randy Wolf for the Brewers, Daniel McCutcheon for the Bucks. Our coverage begins with the Trib Total Media Pirates pregame show at noon. Then Greg Brown and Steve Blass will bring you the call beginning at 12:30 right here on FSM Pittsburgh, bringing the game to you. So for Bob Walk and our entire crew, I'm Tim Neverett reminding you to stay tuned. Pirates post game is coming up next.